Hello students, welcome to Elements of Costing class. In today's class we will be starting with our fourth unit, that is labor cost. Okay, now what is labor cost? Now labor cost means expenses which is incurred by an employer for the workers is called as labor cost. Okay, now labor cost, it includes wages, remuneration, then allowances and any other benefit which will be provided by the employer to its workers. Now further, this labor cost can be divided into direct labor cost and indirect labor cost. Now what is direct labor cost? It means wages or salaries paid to those laborers who are directly involved or who are directly engaged in converting raw materials into finished goods. Okay, so such like whatever salary or wages given to such workers is called as direct labor cost. Second one is indirect labor cost. Now it means wages paid to those workers who are not directly engaged in converting of raw materials into finished products. Okay, so whatever wages is paid for such workers will be called as indirect labor cost. Now there are two methods of wages. First one is time wage and second one is payment on results. Okay, now we will go one by one. First we will see what is time wage. Now under time wage, wages will be paid on the basis of time spent by the workers. It means how many hours the employee has worked, based on that wages will be given. So there is a formula related to this. Earnings is equals to time spent into time rate. So how many hours he has worked. Now per hour how much is the rate. Okay, so this is the formula. So we will solve one problem on this. It is very simple. I'll read out it. Problem first. Calculate the earnings of workers. Okay, time wage per hour is rupees 10. Time taken by the worker. So there are four workers. A is 40 hours, B is 48 hours, C has worked for 44 hours and D has worked for 50 hours. Okay, so they have asked us to find out earnings of each worker. Okay, now next line, write down this formula, that is earnings is equals to time spent into time rate. Earnings is equals to time spent into time rate. Okay, now as there are four workers, right? So A is equals to worker A is equals to, now time spent by worker A is how much? 40 hours. Okay, into time rate is given in the problem, that is rupees 10. Okay, now which will be equals to rupees 400. Understanding? Okay, now same thing should be calculated for worker B as well. B is equals to, now he has worked for 48 hours. 48 hours into rupees 10. Okay. Now which will be equal to rupees 480. Okay, now same thing should be calculated for worker C as well. Now C has worked for 44 hours, right, into rupees 10. So that will be equal to rupees 440. Okay, hope so everybody is understanding. This is very simple problem. Okay, now worker D. Okay, here we will take worker D. Okay, now worker D has worked for 50 hours into rupees 10. So which will be equal to rupees 500. Understood? So time wage, as name itself suggests, like based on the timings they have worked, based on that wages will be paid. So how many as the worker has worked in the organization, higher the number of, like higher as if a worker has worked, then he will be getting more salary. If he has taken less time, then he will get less salary. So depending on time he has spent on that particular job, wages will be given. So that is time wage. Okay, now second one is payment on result. Okay, now here also name itself suggests like payment on result. So this is second method. Now payment on result means wages are related to the output or production. So time is not that important under this method. Okay, now it is for the, now here the quality of work is considered but not the quantity of work. So they will not see how many hours the employee has worked, but they will check how many units are produced by the worker. Now further this payment on results is classified into two: piece wage and incentive wage plan. Okay, now first we will see piece wage. Now under this method, wages are paid on the basis of number of units produced. Number of units produced. Okay, again it is sub-classified into four types. First one is straight piece rate system. Second one is Taylor's differential piece rate system. Third one is Merrick's differential piece rate system. And fourth one is group piece rate system. Okay, now first we will see straight piece rate system. Now straight piece rate system is also called as simple piece rate system. Under this method, wages are paid on the basis of output. Okay, so the formula is earnings is equals to number of units produced into rate per unit. So here as time is not given that importance, but how many units are produced that are seen in this method. Okay, so we will see one small problem on this. Calculate the earnings of workers under straight piece rate system, where the piece rate is rupees 5 per unit. Okay, the actual production is X 10 units, Y 12 units, and Z 8 units. Right? Okay. Now we have to calculate it under straight piece rate system. So write down the formula. Formula is earnings is equals to number of units produced into rate per unit. Okay. Now here X worker. Number of units produced by X is how much? 10 units. Right. Into rate per unit is also given in the problem. That is rupees 5. Right. So which will be equal to rupees 50. Right? Yes. Now same thing we need to calculate for Y also. Y is equals to, he has produced how many units? 12 units. 12 units into rupees 5. Okay, which will be equal to rupees 60. Okay, now we need to calculate for Z. okay, which will be equal to 8 units into rupees 5. Okay, so that is equal to rupees 40. Okay, so this is how we calculate earnings under straight piece rate system. So this is also very simple. So only one problem I will be solving on this. Okay, now next comes is Taylor's differential piece rate system. Okay, yes. Now this is second method under piece wage, right? So in Taylor's differential piece rate system, a standard output will be fixed and there will be two piece rates. A worker who manufactures more than the standard output, he will be given wages according to high piece rate. Okay. Now whereas a worker who has produced units below standard, then he will be paid according to low piece rate. So there will be comparison between high piece rate and low piece rate. So here they need to compare standard output and actual output. If he has produced more than the standard output, then high piece rate will be given. Suppose if he has produced less than standard output, then he will be paid with low piece rate system. Okay, now we will solve one problem on this. In a factory, Taylor's wage system is in operation. Okay, standard output is fixed at 20 units per hour and basic wage rate is rupees 8 per hour. The piece rates are prescribed as under 120% of basic piece rate when output is at and above standard. Okay, 90% of basic piece rate when output is below standard. Okay, then they have given in a day of 8 hours, workmen A and B have turned out 158 units and 162 units of output. Calculate the total wages of A and B. Okay, so this is what is the problem. Here they have given high piece rate percentage and low piece rate percentage. But this will be calculated on basic piece rate. Now basic piece rate means rate per unit. Okay, now go through the problem with check whether they have given per unit rate. They haven't given per unit rate. But in 1 hour they are producing 20 units and for that particular hour 8 rupees is paid. It means to produce 20 units 8 rupees will be paid. Now to produce one particular unit how much wages will be given, this has to be calculated. So first we need to calculate basic piece rate. Okay, so here basic piece rate. Okay, the next line units and here rate. Okay, now to produce 20 units, they are paid how much? 8 rupees, right? Now to produce 1 unit, how much will be paid? Okay, this has to be calculated. Now how you will calculate this? 1 into 8, 1 into 8, then divided by 20. Okay, divided by 20. Now, which will be equal to rupees 0.4. So this is basic piece rate. Basic piece rate means what? Per unit they are paid 0.4. So cost of per unit it is. Okay. Now next is to find out differential piece rates. Okay, write down differential piece rates. Okay. Now next is high. They have given 120% of basic piece rate. Okay. So here they have given C. 120% of basic piece rate. So write down here 120% of basic piece rate. Okay, now next line. 120%, it means 120 divided by 100 into 0.4. Basic piece rate is 0.4. So that will be equal to rupees 0.48. Hope so everybody is understanding this. Okay, so this is high piece rate. Okay, now next is we need to calculate low piece rate. So here they have given percentage. That is 90% of basic piece rate. 90% of basic piece rate. Okay, now here 90 divided by 100 into, on what we will be calculating? Basic piece rate. So basic piece rate is rupees 0.4. Okay, so which will be equal to 0.36. 0.36. Okay, now again go through the problem, check whether they have given standard output. Okay, read out the problem. Standard output is fixed at 20 units per hour and basic wage rate is rupees 8 per hour. It means per hour basis they have given. Now last sentence they have given, in a day of 8 hours, per hour 20 units are produced. Then for 8 hours how many units will be produced? So our next step is to find out standard output. So that is equal to standard output will be how much? 20 units into company works for 8 hours. So that will be equal to 160 units. Okay. Yes. Now standard output is 160 units. Now production of each worker, that is A and B, is given in the problem, right? So we will have to compare it with standard output. Now A has produced 158 units, which is less than standard output. Now when it is less than standard output, then low piece rate will be applicable, that is 0.36. Worker B, he has worked for 160, he has produced 162 units. Now 162 units, which is more than the standard output, it means high piece rate will be applicable. So next line. Earnings is equals to number of units produced into rate per unit. This is the formula, right? There are two workers. A, he has produced 158 units. 158 units. Now compare this with the standard output, which is less than the standard output. So low piece rate will be applicable, that is rupees 0.36, which will be equal to rupees 56.88. Okay, now there is one more worker, worker B. He has produced 162 units. Now this is more than standard output, right? So high piece rate will be applicable. So high piece rate is rupees 0.48, right? So now his earnings is rupees 77.76. Okay, so this is how we calculate differential Taylor's differential piece rate. Hope so this problem is clear to you all. Okay, so few more problems we will be solving on this method, that is Taylor's piece rate system. Okay, hope so this class is clear to you all. In my next class again we will be solving few more problems on this. Okay, see you in next class.